Good morning, everybody. James Rule XRP up and about on the Sunday morning. I tell you what, there's some amazing things happening right now in the world of crypto. And if you've been in this a while, or if you're just now getting into it, I want to say hats off to everybody. It's just amazing. Every day we see news, we see price action, and we just see so many people get excited. And I tell you what, we're going to be one and done on this video. We're going to look at some things. Now, today, if you didn't know, is National XRP Day. If you're new to this, you don't know what I'm talking about. If you've been in this a couple of years, you know exactly what I'm talking about. July 13th, we're going to look at that, and we're going to tear down some things, and we're just going to have fun, people. We're going to have fun. That's what it's all about. You get tied up in work. You get tied up in family. You get tied up in bills and retirement and loans and mortgages and all that other stuff. And then you get tied up in cryptocurrency, and then you get excited. And I'm excited. I have 193,000 followers now on X, and I'm blessed. I love teaching the crypto teachers. I'm not a financial advisor. So last night I went to a concert venue here in Southeast Texas. It's a little bar. They call it the Tonk. And I did some two-stepping. I did some polka. The band played some Cajun music, some good country music. We danced. My legs are tight. I had to do my stretches this morning. I took my boots off last night, and I was like, man, what was I thinking? But I just want to thank everybody that invited me, the hospitality. We had a few cold ones. We talked about things. And, yeah, we didn't talk much about crypto, but we had a good time. So before we get started, I want to talk about one of my sponsors, and I want to give you this aha moment that I've had this year. So I took my entire retirement portfolio. I worked at Coca-Cola. I worked at a plant. I worked in the oil field for 9 years. I took all of those 401ks back in 2020, and I rolled them into XRP with iTrust Capital in a traditional IRA. You could send older 401ks from previous jobs to iTrust Capital as an IRA. So in 5 years, my IRA is now up 1,372% in a 5-year period. If I would have left it in those 401ks, they would be nowhere near where they are today. And most of my private XRP in the last couple of months, I have moved into a premium custody account. It is 100% safe. It is closed loop. You can set up an IRA, traditional Roth or SEP, or you can set up a premium custody account and deposit your XRP safely into this account. And when you're ready to take profits, it's closed loop, so you can only pull it out as USD. It's totally safe. It's totally secure. I am a client. I am a customer. I am a sponsor. Check it out. There's a link below. Click on it and tell them James Rule XRP sent you by. Let's take a look at the numbers. Oh my goodness. Market cap is up. We are breaching, or we're getting closer and closer and closer to a $4 trillion market cap. We are currently at 3.848 trillion. Bitcoin is 118,776. I think it's a little bit higher than that now. I think it's actually at 119. Ethereum is right at $3,000 a token. XRP in the number 3 position, people, is $2.86. For 7 days, we are up 25.7%. In the 24, we're up 6.9%. XRP, before you know it, we're going to hit $3. It's apparent. It's going to happen. We're going to hit $3, then we're going to hit $4, then we're going to hit $5, then we're going to get into double digits in the near future. XRP is now the number 3 position over Tether, which is a stablecoin, USDT. But we are knocking on the door of Ethereum. $168 billion market cap. Ethereum is $360 billion. Bitcoin is $2.3 trillion market cap. But that is going to change in the future. Check out the crypto heat map. This is coinmarketcap.com. Bitcoin 118,876. Ethereum 2996. XRP 285. USDT, USDC are both stable coins. You got BNB, Solana, ADA. Everything is in green except for a few in here. You know, stable coins are stable in the US dollar, but everything here is green, people. Everything is green. Get excited. So my buddy Moon Lambo posted this earlier this morning. And he stated true words, XRP. He said, robots can take your job can't take your job if you're already retired. And I said, 100%, that's me. Robots cannot take your job if you're already retired, XRP. And Moon Lambo also mentioned if anyone recognized this car down here going in the wrong direction on the highway, thanks to AI, I guess AI said, Moon Lambo, screw it. We're going to put a car going towards a truck, see if anybody recognizes that. And you could retire early. You could retire. You're not going to have a robot take your place because you're not going to be at work, baby. Okay, Brad Garlinghouse had a tattoo made. And the reason I bring it up is because today is July 13th. July 13th, 2 years ago, 2023, is deemed XRP Day because the judge granted that XRP is deemed not a security on the secondary market. And Brad Garlinghouse got a tattoo. And he got a tattoo of an XRP logo and July 13th, 2023. In orbit, in space, to the moon. And I wonder who took his picture. I'm trying to look in here to see if is that Schwartz? Is that Schwartz taking a picture? I don't know. I mean, who knows? But it's really, he got a permanent tattoo of July 13th, 2023. So here's what it's all about. I posted this morning as soon as I got up. 2 years ago today, XRP was deemed not a security by Judge Annalisa Torres. This is the documentation. I'm going to leave a copy of it below so you can tear it down yourself. It is 34 pages, filed on July 13th, 2023. If you've been here, everybody that's been in this space knows that today is XRP Day. And if we briefly scroll down to the bottom here, it talks about institutional sales. It talks about secondary sales. It talks about the SEC, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden right here, it states that conclusion for the foregoing reason, the SEC's motion for summary judgment is granted as to the institutional sales, where Ripple sells XRP to banks and all. Otherwise denied. Defendant's motion for summary judgment is granted as to the programmatic sales, the other distributions, and Larson and Garlinghouse's sales, and denied as the institutional sales. So basically what they're saying, all the XRP on the secondary market, on the exchanges, on iTrust Capital, on DEXs and all, is not a security. The only security part is when Ripple sells the token as a means for banks. So, that's over too. Ripple's going to pay $125 million. Everything's going to be said and done. But congratulations to XRP and congratulations to holding it out. So I was on Google and I said, what is July 13th? So I did not see National XRP Day on this list. Well, supposedly you'll get a kick out of this. July 13th is National Barbershop Music Appreciation Day and National Beans and Franks Day. It's also National Delaware Day, honoring the state's history as the first to ratify the U.S. Constitution according to the National Day calendar. Additionally, it's the date of the synaxis of the Archangel Gabriel in the Eastern Orthodox Church, and they break it down for everybody here. So National Barbershop Music Day and National Beans and Franks Day. Well, I never knew that. Now I know, and it is XRP Day. Okay. If you get out there and you Google XRP and you read some articles and you read what the Bitcoin maxis are writing, here in the past, the first time I heard this term was from Moon Lambo. Moon Lambo has a YouTube channel. He goes over the charts. He has some amazing stuff, but he always talks about idiots out there that are either Bitcoin maxis or anti-XRP and anti-Ripple. And he calls these individuals that have XRP derangement syndrome. So I asked Grok. Grok is the AI platform on X, which is formerly Twitter. I said, what is XRP derangement syndrome? And this is what it had to say. XRP derangement syndrome is a term used primarily within cryptocurrency communities, especially on platforms like X, to describe an intense, often irrational dislike or criticism of XRP, a cryptocurrency developed by Ripple Labs. No, it was gifted to Ripple Labs. It was not developed by Ripple Labs. It's not a clinical diagnosis, but a pejorative label typically used by XRP supporters to mock distractors who they believe exhibited exaggerated and unfounded hostility towards XRP, often ignoring its technical merits or market performance. The term mirrors the structure of the Trump derangement syndrome, adapting it to the crypto context. Post on X suggest it's characterized by behaviors like dismissing XRP's value without evidence, equating it to scams, or reacting emotionally to its market movement while ignoring similar issues in other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. For example, users have pointed to critics who single out XRP for being centralized or controlled by Ripple, despite similar criticisms applying to other coins as evidence of the syndrome. It's often tied to tribalism in crypto communities, particularly between Bitcoin maximalists and XRP advocates, where distractors are accused of being threatened by XRP's potential as a competitor. There's no formal definition or academic recognition of XRP derangement syndrome. And it remains a slang term used in online debates to highlight perceived bias or obsession. Critics of the term might argue it's a way to deflect legitimate criticism of XRP or Ripple's business practices. So XRP derangement syndrome is real. And when people talk smack or talk shit to me and have talked crap to me the past 5 to 8 years about XRP, in Texas, we just say, bless your heart. Bless your heart. And that could be taken two different ways. People might say, oh, you're being too nice to me. Or bless your heart means, well, I didn't realize you were that stupid. Thank you for watching the James Rule Crypto Show. It's Sunday. I have a lot of things to do today. I have to hit the gym. I have to work off some of those beers I drank last night. But I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Keep watching those numbers. Tomorrow is July 14th. It's going to be Crypto Week in the United States. So look forward or stay tuned for lots of news, lots of announcements coming out this week. And hopefully we'll continue to see this awesome price action that we have been seeing. So James Rule XRP is out of here. Have a good week. And don't forget, I told you so.